All right, I think we're broadcasting.
And he probably dying, so because we just fully posted it cool. So he said, let me come up with that.
Right.
Can we mute? What's going on?
That's the cool
Oh,
man.
okay. All right. Let me go back. So that's a good way to start it off. So welcome everybody. We had a little fun start. So what I want to do today is we're going to talk about leverage. So I want to get straight into it because I want to just kind of go right into the nitty gritty. And I want to start with a quote. This quote says, "When we leverage, we aggregate and organize existing resources to achieve success." That's actually, I Googled that today. One of my biggest ways of leveraging is finding content that's already created and not reinventing the wheel, which is similar to what this guy Richie Norton says in his next quote. He's the author of The Power of Starting Something Stupid, How to Crush Fear, Make Dreams Happen, and Live Without Regret. I looked at the foreword. This foreword sold me because it was written by Stephen Covey, who is one of my favorite authors who wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And that's a really good book, by the way. But I really think I like this book already. And I'm just going to kind of share with you another quote that makes so much sense, especially when we're talking about leveraging tonight. So, attempting to succeed without embracing the tools immediately available for your success is no less absurd than trying to row a boat hands through the water, or trying to unscrew a screw using nothing more than your fingernail. I think this is so key because so many things have already been laid out and done for us. All we have to do is leverage it. So I'm going to go over about, I think it's about 5 to 6 different ways that I use leverage and that you can use leverage in your actual business and even in your daily lives. And so I wanted to start by sharing that book with you because reading is number one. Reading autobiographies and books and listening to self-development. And when I say self-development, I don't mean it's all about positive thinking and affirmations. That's good and great, but I do that. But I mean just content that helps you on your journey. That could be something about email marketing. It could be on blogging. It could be on whatever it is that you're working on. But there's so much content and books readily available that leveraging knowledge of others and mistakes of others saves you a lot of time, energy, and money. Okay. So I want to just pull that up, but this is The Power of Starting Something Stupid. It's a bunch of different quotes. I leverage a site called Brainy Quote. So I always just, well, Goodreads is one too. What I do is I just put in a quote like leverage quotes or leverage and success, and it'll pop up all these different quotes from different people. So this is if I don't have anything to post on Facebook one day, or if I just want to start off something where I'm speaking live or even on a call or something like that. I look at different quotes and it gives me information. And today it led me to a different book and I checked it out and it is on Audible. So if you're looking for a new read, I haven't read it yet, so I'm not endorsing it, but I'm just going to read it myself on the ride. I got to drive on Wednesday, so I'm going to leverage that. So that's number one. Number one is basically reading books, self-development, audio, etc. So that's the number one way that I use leverage. And I like to use that during my drive time a lot of times, and a lot of times through riding and working out, etc. Now, what I want to do now is I'm going to show you a couple of different things. I'm going to go to, let me see. Another thing I leverage is Google Docs. Okay, I leverage Google Docs as well because it's something where you can use a shared workspace where you can have other people work on the doc. You work on the doc, it's automatically shared, and it's online. So it's not like Microsoft Word where you have to send files and somebody edit it and send it back and all of that. You can basically use a site. So I'm gonna give you an example here. If you're not using, if you have Gmail, you just go and you can just Google, well, I'll show you. You just go here and you click on Drive and it'll open up and it'll give you different options on how to create new documents. So let me see, I can just show you. Oh, actually it's loaded in my other one. So I'm going to leave that alone right now because I don't want to switch where they're pulling the docs from. But you just basically go there, you pull up the docs, And here is a doc that I've created with my actual developer. This is going over all the different parts of the new site that I'm putting together, my different checklists. So what's happening here is we get on Hangouts and we'll just look at the document together, and or we can be on the phone because we can both pull it up, and we go title by title, we go tab by tab, and just kind of talk about what's going to be in the different spots. And I don't mind sharing with you guys. So for example, so we talk about this, the site theme color. I drop links in here so he can see them. We go back and forth on what's going to be in the homepage, where the images are going to come from. And I'm actually training him because he's doing a really fantastic job, and he's creating a template to help any of you. I don't know if any of you all need a site done or a site redone, but he's really good at doing that, and very inexpensive because especially with 3G, because I'm working with him. But I'm training him on how to do this in a way to where you just pretty much fill in the blanks. He takes it, you say, hey, drop like this, for example. A lot of people don't get down to granular, and that's one of the things I think that stops people from building a site or building things. And it stopped me, but I put a really big deadline and a goal on when I wanted this finished, and I didn't really know how to do it. I've never done a site like this. I've never created this, but it has to get done. So I just went and Googled, color palettes and looked at different sites, and then keeping it simple, like, hey, people say, send me a picture. Well, send you a picture how? Well, I'm sending I leverage things like Dropbox. So I uploaded an image that I want to be the main background image. So then when he comes and looks at this, he knows exactly what image I want on the home page. He already knows the theme I want because we went over it. So working on this, and I'm working on this, and all I do is say, hey, check the Google Doc, because what happens is all you do is you click share. I don't want to, I think his email might pop up. But you just click share, view, or edit. You know what? I don't think it'll show up. So you would just click the name or email address you wanted to share with people, and then you can make where they can comment, edit, or view. I know a lot of you have already done this, but I'm just going through this for the recording's sake, just showing you several things. I'm going to get to other things that I use as well, but this is something that I use pretty often. Now you say, well, where do I get these developers from? Where do I get these people from? Well, there's several ways that I do. So the first two things, of course, was books, education, and kind of your drive time. That was number one. Number two is using shared docs like Google Drive, and you can use other elements, other things to do that, but that's just the one that I like and the one that I use. Number three, what I like to use is what I like to leverage is mentees, people that look up to you, people that want to learn, young adults, teenagers, people that may want to learn from you or learn from your coaching, but they don't have the money. They could be older than you. Doesn't matter if they're younger or older, but they may not be able to pay you in financially. You can actually leverage and barter the skill set, and that's pretty much what I've done with several situations. Is helping them and making a win-win situation. So you can leverage those individuals who have talent or they have time, and you want to look at it when you're looking at leverage. You want to say, who has the time? If you don't have time, if anything you do not have for your business, a lot of people, especially that have an employee mindset, will say, well, I don't have this, so I'm not able to do it. Or I don't get paid for another 2 weeks. Or I don't have the skill set. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not good at this. All of those things. Every time you say I'm not something, all you need to do is be good at finding somebody that is good at it, and then you leverage them. That is one of the keys. And I think there was on another quote that was in one of these things. It was basically saying one of the keys to success is being what you're good at and being really good at knowing what you're not good at and finding other people. So the key is, how do you find them? Well, you want to look at leveraging the top major things. Your time. If you don't have a lot of time or you don't have time to learn a skill, then you want to leverage somebody else's time that it's either already learned that skill or has the time to learn. Then if you don't have the data, you can learn from other places. You can learn from books. You can learn from mentees. You can learn from masterminds. Another thing that I like to use for leveraging is blogs. I use blogs pretty heavily. So that's so mentees and individuals, number three. Blogs number 4. Okay, I use blogs pretty heavily, and the way I use them is pretty interesting. So I use them a lot of times. I use a comparison. So, for example, if I want to use Upwork, which is what I'm looking at now, I might compare it to another outsourcing company. It could be Upwork, it could be Elance, whatever, and then I get blogs that'll show different things, whether I want to look at it from price, whether I want to look at it from whatever I want to look at it, however I want to look at it. I just basically go and look at a lot of these verses. I put in YouTube versus Facebook, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't put that in, but I mean, you could if you wanted to just know like advertising costs or something. But things will break. Now, of course, a lot of these things are written by affiliates, and I don't care. You know, if it's a really good article, I'll go through their link and, you know, I'll pretty much pay them for writing a good article. But these are really good lead generations too. So blogs are one of the key ways to drive traffic to your actual website. And especially if you're like helping somebody or giving a story about something or giving some tips, people will share blogs all day long on Facebook. They share them all over all the time if it's some really good information. So I would read this one. This one isn't as in-depth as some of the other ones that I've read. Idea of using Google as a tool to leverage. You also want to leverage other people's money. Now that's like, I'll talk about that at the end because that's a whole nother conversation and strategy. But you can also leverage other people's connections. So you can put connections into your actual, you know, your mastermind and putting, hey, does anybody know somebody? And you all that are watching this, that I know they're in the mastermind at this current time, you all have been doing that and been getting connections and been getting different solutions to different things. So those are the major things that we want to leverage. So after we look at the blogging, then we look at what are some other things that we can leverage. Well, let's look at some of these sites. So let's say you don't have somebody that you mentor. You don't have somebody that's skilled in these areas. You want to go find somebody to do something. I want to show you just how easy it is and how efficient you can be, even if you don't have a lot of time. Okay, so we're going to start with the site Upwork. So Upwork is basically a freelance and a job type of site where people can do different jobs for you for, you know, consistent work. And of course you have Fiverr. You could even put in Upwork versus Fiverr. You have Fiverr, and there's pros and cons to all of them. Fiverr is kind of, you know, I haven't seen the quality that I see on things like Upwork and Online Jobs PH, and the relationship that you can actually have your own. Can you go? Everybody go on mute. Make sure you guys are on mute when you hop on. When you can go through Upwork and you go through Fiverr. I like, if you're going to work on something like a website, like a coder developer, you can use Fiverr. I like to use Fiverr for quick little things, video intros and, you know, things like that. But if I'm going to bring somebody on that I want to build a relationship with to, let's say, write my blogs for me, a lot of people, you know, you go to these blog sites, everybody doesn't write all of them. Or I'm really good at doing video. I'm really good at doing audio. I could do a Hangout in a minute about my trip to wherever I fly to, but I don't like writing. Okay, and I'm not really good at it. And could I get great at it? Yeah, but at this current state, it's not a specialty of mine, and I'm okay with that. I'm not attempting to make it a specialty of mine. What I can do is find somebody that can take my videos, kind of transcribe them or paraphrase them. They don't even have to go word for word because that's kind of tedious, but they could just kind of redo what I'm saying. And some of these people on here are charging $2, $3 an article. So it's not like you need a million articles a month. You could do 2 or 3 yourself and then have them post 2 or 3, and they can rewrite and do them for you. So let me just show you kind of how it works. You would come on here, you set up a profile for free, and you can actually just start searching what you're looking for. So I search travel blogger. You can search all types of categories. You can search, obviously, a lot of the things that they can do: logo, branding, illustration. You could do actual physical work here, you know, IT, web, and mobile. So I went with writing. So you got blog writing, copywriting, creative writing, etc. Then you can say, okay, I want people that have 90% job success, or 80%. And based on your budget, I wanted somebody $10 an hour and below, because I budgeted, like maybe $100 that I'm willing to spend. Now, normally, like on graphics and stuff, I got somebody that's around $3.50, $4 an hour, and he does pretty good work. And I'm going to show you where I got that and how that works. But in this case with writing, I wanted somebody from America that can speak a certain way and understand my vernacular, which is going to be a certain type of person. And I'm going to, for the articles that I want, and I can kind of look and see. But you got all these different rates of different people depending on what type of job you got. So you look and you'll just kind of scale this down to wherever you want it, and you'll see all these people with different things, and you'll just click on it. And when you click on them, this will be a virtual assistant. I'll just kind of go to one that's open. When you click on it, what happens? You actually can create a job too. I created a job with the dynamic, and I think so. I'll show you an example here. So they give me all these messages. They've been emailing me people that want to work for me. This one is accepting my interview invitation. So I've been inviting people to see if they would work the job that I want them to work. And then they have to agree, and I can hire them or I can save them. So what I do is I save a bunch of people that I feel might be the one, and one of the tricks to the trade that I've learned from some of my mentors is that you hire slow, fire fast. So you hire people, take your time, you look, you want to see a good fit, and you could give people a test. So let's say you need 5 articles. I plan on probably hiring 5 different people to write 1 article each. And based on how those articles come out, who does it the fastest, who's, the tonality, the grammar, it's like, what I want, then I'll hire that person on full time. And when I say full time, that just means, whatever jobs they want, or I might tell them, hey, $10 an hour, and I'm going to do 10 hours a month or 5 hours a month, or depending on how much they can get done in that time frame. So if you have a consistent income, whether it's through your business or a job or investments or whatever, it's really good to cut back and scale back on something so that you can hire somebody to do this, especially if you're in the process of being stuck or you don't know where to go. Whenever I'm stuck, guys, I'll give you a tip of mine. Whenever I'm stuck or lazy or don't feel like doing something, I outsource. I'll make sure I spend 30 minutes telling other people what to do and delegating, so that even when I'm having a day of football only or just relaxing, work is getting done on the site. Right now, work is being done on my traveling site. There's some people working on some things, my logo. There's a lot of things being done while I'm always in a place of something needs to be being done on my site or my business all the time. Whether it's investment money working on it, whether it's leverage, joint ventures, whether it's something, it's never going to depend just on me. Okay, so that's the way I look at it, and that's the way you can look at it. So this is what happens. So people will start, started creating conversations, and so see, this person is thanking me, and then we just started having some dialogue. So she won't be ready till this Monday, and then I responded back, and then some people will be a fit, some people won't. And this is a good thing too for some of you all that may want to go somewhere to work. People can hire you on here if you ever wanted to apply for Upwork positions. And then where it looks like is once I have them all saved, I have people saved that I think could be good fits, and looking through and seeing who I want, and I'll just make a decision eventually. But these are just kind of different overviews. They give you different reviews, so you can see the feedback of how much she earned with this person. And some of it's good, some of it's not so good. The other cool thing is that the person that hires people, you get pretty much rated as well. So based on how you deal with people. One of the things I just shared was a sample of a Facebook strategy. One of the individuals on here, she put a sample up of her work, which I think was pretty cool, in her portfolio. And this is one that I actually am looking at. And it was pretty cool because this was, you know, sample portfolio of what she this, you know, she does this for other companies. And I'll be honest, I'm not creating this. This is not about to happen for me. Will it get done? Yeah, it can get done, but I'm not gonna do it. And some people like this. This is for some people, this is their, you know, their enjoyable afternoon. For me, it's not. You know, this is 6:30 p.m. I mean, she's got week 3 of, so if you did like a course or challenge or whatever, you could have these things automated, and you can do them for any business that you have, whether it's you know, relationship marketing or, you know, affiliate marketing, coaching, consulting, whatever. You kind of got an idea of what your weekly post will be. And this could be also for your groups. You want to, you know, have a structured content calendar. Let me see. There's just other, you know, you have all these different things. This is what they rank themselves as. But another thing you can leverage is, so that's 4 was, well, I went for blogs 4. So different sites. These are the different sites. Upwork. And I want to show you another one before I get to. Let me see. Is this it? Yeah. So online jobs is another one I use. This one is when I want to do, so the other Upwork for the articles, I want somebody that's in the United States or from the UK. I want English to be their first language, just because of the kind of type of articles that I'm going to have, and I want them to be able to understand my slang when I'm talking to my videos, when they interpret it. So on this one with graphic design and stuff like that, I really don't care about that. So a lot of people I know use these the online jobs PH, and I've received a lot of great work from it. And you can hire, now this does have a pricing model, but you don't have to keep the monthly if you don't want to. So I don't pay the monthly anymore. I paid the monthly at first, 49, getting my guy John, who does a lot of my graphic work. So I'll show you kind of a conversation between us. Yeah, I have an idea. I have some great pics from traveling that I like. See, that is like, I spelled that wrong, but I like to add quotes to on a regular basis. I was typing terribly. I like to upload the quotes and pics in a Drive or Google Doc along with the location from some, so that is in the pic at the bottom. Basically, let me tell you what I just said. And he understood it. Like, he's like, send the files. Love him. So basically, and he and I have a good relationship where, I mean, he just got engaged or married or something. I forget which one. No, he was already married. It was the anniversary. I sent him $20, which is like 1, 2, 3, like almost 5 hours worth of work. I sent him like $25 when he had a baby. I sent him Christmas bonuses. I sent him all types of stuff. Like, he is always on Skype and always available. I had to do something within an hour and he hit me back with a graphic design, like really quickly. But he bills me at the end of the month based on, I don't check the time clock or anything like that. It's normally like $100 to $180 a month, you know, depending on how much work I get done. But let me just show you some of the things that he has been able to do. And some things, you know, he's great at, and some of them, you know, he may start it and then I may not like it and I may go somewhere else. But normally he gets pretty much everything I want done. And I'll just send him examples of what I want, and he'll kind of play around with it and get me, you know, something close or exactly what I'm looking for. But he's really good. And like for my Traveling is Easy site, I don't really like the ideas he came up with. So I went to Logo Nerds, which is another site that I leverage. And because he's not really that good at mascots, but he's good at other stuff. So I'm gonna show you. This is basically connect you with him. He's not expensive. So this is a portfolio of some of the stuff he has done for me. So you can see he did my logo. I'm not even using. He did something for e-commerce stores. Did my family reunion t-shirt. He did 3G. He did the Inner Circle that are being worked on. In the meantime, it's Angel that's a client of mine, family reunion, and then he did my. This is what I needed. Like I didn't have anything for my family reunion. I needed this printed out. My family was already in town, and he created this little opt-in type of thing, and I printed them out. It went well. He also did the book cover, and there are people that can do, better book covers, whatever. It works for what I'm doing, and these logos work for what I'm doing. But if you need something like 48-hour logo, 99 designs, they cost a little bit more, but these are sufficient for what I'm looking to do. So those are some places that you can go to look at creating some logos, okay? And not logos, some different things as far as leverage. Now, so we did Upwork, online jobs, Skype. So some of the apps and tools you want. If you're not on Skype or you don't have a Skype account, you definitely want one. As you grow in your business, you're going to use Skype. It's just part of the game. Most of the people, especially internationally, they use Skype. A lot of internet and affiliate marketers use Skype, developers, coders, programmers, because some people just don't like Facebook, especially a lot of business owners. Many of them are on it or they have somebody else on it for them, but they communicate directly via Skype. One of the reasons is because you can have your Skype chat up while you're working and typing and just pop over there. You don't have to get on your phone. You don't have to get lost in the sauce with Facebook. So when you're working, I strongly recommend taking some time and having Facebook shut down while you're working and maybe just communicate via Skype when you're actually in your workflow. So that's one of the books, one of the things one of the apps that I leverage. So number 5 is this apps. And Skype is, of course, is a site, but it's also an app. Technically, it's an application that's a site, but Skype, Audible is something I leverage. The book 4-Hour Work Week, if you really just kind of dive into that, that really helps. Of course, the search options of what I was talking about. Then I want to talk about, I also leverage experts. I pretty much, in the marketing space, I know who kind of the top marketers are. Dan Kennedy's one of the old school best marketers. Russell Brunson is really good right now. He's like probably one of the top. ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels is really, really new and cutting edge for people to like integrate everything. I strongly recommend this for people that are like kind of stuck and newbies. Of course, I have an affiliate link because I have an affiliate link. I'm referring to because pretty good. And a lot of the people that I know that are making multiple millions a year swear by it and use it. Many of them know him. He knows of one of the businesses that I used to run, but we never met personally. But this allows you to leverage his knowledge, his testing and years of. A lot of people look at sites and things like, oh, that's expensive. What's expensive is not knowing. It's expensive to buy into somebody's that knows a sales funnel. And a lot of these softwares, you save a lot of money by using this one. Because basically, let me show you some of the things that he cut on this. And just so you know, sales funnel, that is, if you want to wonder what does it take to be successful, what it takes is to have a product or service in a sales funnel. And if you tweak and you spend most of your time in your sales funnel, once you get your sales funnel to work well, then able to make stay in. So, okay, well, basically, a sales funnel is where you have a bunch of people going to actually see those page for you, where they hold some type of item, or they can actually get in touch with you, and your emails will follow up with them. This takes a little bit of time to set up, but again, you can outsource help, have somebody help you with ClickFunnels. My guy is going through ClickFunnels now for my site, and you can always leverage other people. Like for example, Niaje is using 22 Social for her membership site. She had checked out Smart Member, but she likes 22 Social better. Eric is really good at 22 Social. I used to use 22 Social. That might be a better fit for the membership side. Membership side, I rarely just go out and grab something just because I see something on a site or attempt to do it myself without understanding the science behind it. So like if I'm going to do a video, VSLs, like, and there's ClickFunnels has a VSLs means video sales letters. I'm going to look at a blog that ClickFunnels has done on VSLs, and you can Google VSL, like how to make a video that converts. When we look at our sales page, if you want to live off of your business, then conversion is what you should be focused on, along with keeping the elements of what you like and love and everything else. But if it doesn't convert, it doesn't matter, you know. And the only way to know that is to test it. So it could be something, it could be super ugly, but it might convert. It could be super great and you can love it and it may not convert. So what they did was they did a lot of different sales funnels for authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, a lot of different ones. And they have a lot of them that are already created. Videos that you should, even if you don't get ClickFunnels, video at the top, and even this one, but especially the one at the top, it really shows you a lot about just marketing, and it makes it really easy. So I'll give you an example. Back in the day, this is why it was kind of hard. We had to do website hosting, which I'm still going to do because I'm going to use a WordPress and plug this in. Landing page software, which I used to do lead pages, which is $67 a month. Responder is around $14 to $19 a month, up to around 200 or so, depending on how many emails you get. Software, most people don't even use that, but I mean, most marketers do, and it's very key. But when you're first getting started, most people don't know how to split test. And basically what a split test means is that, let's say you have two pages, one that looks like this and one that has a different video. Basically, you would have your software automatically send one person. So let's say you had 10 people go to mydomain.com. Well, what would happen is mydomain.com with one video, one will go to another one with another video, and then you would split basically the test to see which video converts best. So you would send your traffic, not all they would all go to the same domain, but it would automatically click the different versions of that site. So you can say, oh, this one with the video at the top converted better, or this one with, you know, focusing on whatever. It could be something as simple as the color scheme. Much more. But that's what split testing is. It can teach you and you kind of step you along the way, and kind of fast forward a lot of stuff that I have learned over the time in marketing. And I think ClickFunnels is probably one, it is the best to do that. Automated webinar software, if you go to everwebinars.com, that's been one of the leaders in price. I mean, some of these things are $99, about $200 a year, $99 a month. So this is also included. And you have affiliate software where you can basically be able to charge and have affiliates in your sites. And you can do membership sites in here, and then all these different designers and all the webmasters and all that other stuff. But a lot of this stuff is put into here, okay? And I'm not sitting here to have this isn't a big, you know, a call just about ClickFunnels. It's just about looking at things that can save you time and money. And if you can look at stuff that's going to save you money and leverage on like all these different things, you might want to look into, okay? Again, if you are going to use this, I do have an affiliate link. Just message me and I'll shoot that to you. But I'm only sharing this because I believe it's the industry standard now, and it can help a lot of you all. And that is pretty much it. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover tonight, and I will just group really quick, and I will basically, oh, I'm echoing in and out. Cool. Somebody should have came off mute.
No, it stopped a while ago, Ed. You're good.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, when I'm doing screen share, it's impossible to see the chat.
Okay, well, we didn't know that.
No,
I was
that's
trying
for the future.
try not
It's
to
if,
interfere.
oh no, if it's bad, just interrupt me. I mean, I'd rather not be a long bad recording. But no, it's hopefully it wasn't for too long, I hope.
No.
Well, cool. So I'm gonna stop the recording right now. And then I'll answer any questions that anybody has, or if you want them to be in the recording, I can keep it recorded, but I wanted to keep this pretty brief, and that's pretty much it.
I'll say keep the recording in case somebody has something that somebody else want to know too.
All right. Any thoughts, comments, concerns, questions about the call?
You said about the book that you suggested for leverage. I think one of the first things you said. What was that? I didn't get that.
What was that book? It was, I'm not even sure if they talk about leverage. I just think it looks like a cool book.
Okay.
Something stupid. How to Crush Fear, Make Dreams Happen, and Live Without Regret by Richard. Copy this real quick. I can go chat. Anyone else?
I thought this was a good call. Thank you.
Who was that? Erica?
Erica, sorry.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you did. Anybody else? Anybody else on this? I mean, we're still going to do like a quick little, I didn't do that at the beginning of this. I wanted to get the content in, and then I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and then just have a small little chat with everybody, and then we can hop off. So
okay.
That's it for this, unless we have any questions on this particular part, and then I can just individually. So thank you all for watching the replay or watching live.